Hi everyone, welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today we're going to be making cranberry sauce pound cake. And I picked this recipe because I had leftover cranberry sauce that I made on a video for Thanksgiving. You can follow my recipe, or on here is the recipe. You can follow it, it's really easy. You can buy the canned cranberries, not the one that is like a gel. It has to be fresh, like cranberry sauce in a can, okay? But it's really easy to make your own, and it's delicious, and mine is fantastic, so I know the cake will be really good. I don't know how this will taste. It has most of the stuff I do in mine, just a little difference, nothing major, so use what you want. So in a mixing bowl, you're going to do 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. You're going to preheat your oven to 325. You're going to take a pie, a bread pan.
Loaf pan.
Loaf pan, thank you, Jack. You're going to spray the bottom of the loaf pan, and then you're going to put a piece of parchment paper in it, and then it's ready to go. So you got your 4 ounces of cream cheese. You're going to do a half a cup of softened butter. I'm just going to turn that on and get it going, and then what we're going to do is, in a bowl, you're going to take 1 3/4 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder I have in here, and a half a teaspoon of salt, and we're going to whisk that together. You're going to need to zest an orange. Now remember, when you zest it, don't get any of that white underneath the skin. You just want the top layer of the skin, or it will be so bitter you won't be able to eat it, okay?
No pith.
No pith. So I'm doing that. I'm going to let this go until it gets nice and... Alright, once your cream cheese and your butter is nice and light and fluffy, you're going to add 1 1/4 cups of sugar, and you're going to get this till it's slightly fluffy. Alright, once this is slightly fluffy, we're going to add 4 eggs, 1 at a time. And I always like to crack mine ahead of time in case shell gets in it or anything. It won't get into your actual cake. And in between each egg, you want to mix it well. After the first egg, it gets much easier to mix it in. Okay. Scrape my bowl. Make sure you scrape the bottom of your bowl. Now you're going to get 1 tablespoon of orange zest. This was from 2 oranges, and I got exactly 1 tablespoon, so you probably need a couple oranges if you're going to make the sauce. And then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We're going to mix that. Now on low speed, we're going to add our flour. Just be careful so you don't put too much in at a time so it don't fly up at you. And we're going to mix this just until it's incorporated. We do not want to overmix it. If you overmix it, the pound cake will be very, very tough. Alright, once your mixture's ready to go, you're going to put a third of your mixture in the bottom of your pan. Alright, once you have a third of your batter in the bottom of your pan, I'm just spreading mine out a little bit. I'm just trying to get it even in the pan. And of course I'm using offset spatula. You guys,
out of her holster.
If you don't have one of these, I'm telling ya, you gotta get one. Okay, now we're going to do, let me just read and make sure I'm doing this right. Now we're going to take half of the sauce. Sorry guys, I'm reading this. I'm just going to stir it. What I did was I used one of those handheld, like, roars, the small one for your coffee, and I just broke up all the big pieces of cranberry, okay? So we're going to add half of this. I'm going to spread it out a little bit.
This is where our OCD kicks in.
Yes, it
Trust
does.
Me.
Okay. Now, spread with this. I just want like cranberry in every bite. That's why I'm being so precise with it. But if you don't want to be precise, you don't have to. Do you? Alright, now I'm going to add another third of the batter on top of that. And just spread that over the top of the cranberry sauce.
Quality control, making sure it's all right.
It's right. And in between layers, I wipe this clean so that the pink doesn't go into the batter.
How dare it become pink?
Okay, I'm just going to push this up against here a little bit. Now we're going to add the rest of our cranberry sauce. This smells so good. And we will link my cranberry sauce down below. I do not like cranberries, but this is my favorite of all time, cranberry
She
sauce.
makes it every Thanksgiving.
I'm the only one that eats it, but I love it.
She could be on her deathbed and she'd still make it.
Yeah, and if you have leftovers at Thanksgiving, you can freeze it. Just bring it up to a room temp, and then you're going to put it in the microwave for a couple minutes just to warm it up so it's spreadable. If you don't want to make it right now, you can freeze your cranberry sauce, okay? Okay. Now I'm going to put the rest of the batter on top of that. And I'm going to kind of just spread it out so it doesn't pull up all of my cranberry sauce.
Or perfectly spread out cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
She's been talking about making this bread for about a week.
Yeah. Well, I had leftover cranberry sauce and I didn't want to throw it away. And I knew I had just enough for this. Okay, so now I'm just going to spread this out evenly. Make sure you get your corners. Sometimes with parchment paper, it's hard to get the corners. smoothing out. Make sure it's all even. All right. Now, you can either take a knife.
See how nice and perfect that is?
Yeah.
Now she's gonna screw it up.
No. So now you can either take a skewer like this or a knife. And we're gonna go side to side from top to bottom. Don't go all the way to the bottom. You don't want to go all the way to the bottom. And we're just gonna kind of swirl it through. Just like so. All right, and then you're gonna turn it 45 degree, like that. And let me see how we wanna do it this time.
Oh, I'd go long ways in it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm just gonna go long ways to make it easier.
Hey, you're baking this thing. It's your own rules.
Yeah, why make it difficult? Now, you don't want to over swirl, okay?
Now, basically, would be stirring it then.
Yeah. All right, now we're gonna put it in our prepared oven for 50 to 60 minutes or until a toothpick in the middle comes out clean. All right, keep checking your cake, but mine took a lot longer than the 60 minutes, probably an hour and a half total, maybe an hour and 45. I couldn't keep check because I just kept hitting the 10-minute mark. So once it's done, and make sure it comes out, the toothpick in the middle comes out clean, or a knife, you're going to put it onto a cooling rack and you're going to let it cool in the pan for 10 minutes. Now once your cake is totally cooled, we move on to the icing. Now the recipe calls for 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1 to 2 tablespoons of orange juice, and 1 teaspoon of orange zest. I'm not putting the zest in, and I'm not making the full recipe. I don't want my whole top of my cake covered. I'm just going to drizzle. So I'm going to just eyeball about what I need. Now if you do this and it's too runny, add more powdered sugar. If it's too thick, add more of the orange juice. Just mixing this in. I want mine a little bit runnier, just a little bit. Yeah, that's how I want it. Okay, now I'm just going to take my drizzle spoon. You can just take the whisk and do it, but...
Oh no, you have to get a drizzle spoon. That also has a holster like her offset spatula.
Yeah. I like this because you don't get a lot in one area. That's why I like to use this spoon. And I'll tell you, this was plenty of frosting, so I would probably cut it back unless you like it really thick. You can always add more if you need more of the ingredients.
Hang on a minute. Can't see what's going on over
Sorry.
here with the paper in the way. Ah, there. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes, it is. All right, so there you have it. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you do you. it.